Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're doing JMA Friday for today's second video, so as always on Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with the Japanese and the CFS V2 models, and I should get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that first, the video release today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast, and there's a 10 to 14 day coming up for you later on today as well. Please like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. Right, okay, let's start off with the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the Arctic. Put your teeth in, Gav. From the Arctic and the North Pole view down. So this is the North Pole just here, and then got the wider Arctic circle around there, and then of course got big latitudes through here. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange, and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down into week periods. The first week period will take us from today, the 26th of January, through to the 2nd of February. High pressure in command in the coming week. Big area of high pressure covering most parts of Europe. Low pressure is pushed away up towards Greenland and Iceland, and we send the jet stream northwards as well. So high and dry for week 1. Should be mild with that high pressure building up from the south as well. Week 2 will be the 2nd to the 9th of February. So a trough of low pressure digs in through Scandinavia and northeastern Europe. That will turn things colder there again. For us, we still have this ridge of high pressure to the south, but also pulling out to the west. So we're trying to get a colder sort of northwesterly flow going there. But as is, I think it's probably still relatively mild actually, with winds remaining from a west-southwesterly direction, but it could be a bit transitional, maybe a little bit colder later. And then weeks 3 and 4 looking very interesting if you want some colder weather. This is from the 9th to the 23rd of February, as a blocking area of high pressure then starts getting going around Greenland and Iceland again, with low pressure covering much of northwest Europe. So basically back to the pattern we had like a week or so ago. That'll get wind back into the north and to the northeast, and it will become significantly colder through the middle and second half of February, if that came off. Right, well, let's have a look at the tropical mid-latitude view. Excuse me, once again, everybody. So we can't see the North Pole, Arctic, Greenland, Scandinavia, all those areas up a chart up here. We're in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. And a reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly with high pressure building up from the south there. So the temperature anomaly weekend going to be very mild, significantly above average in the yellow and orange shadings. That's like 2 degrees or more above average, so a very, very mild week to come. And so precipitation you can say, well, a little bit wetter than average for the extreme north, but really it's average or drier than average under that ridge of high pressure, as you expect, of course, under high pressure. Then week 2, which is the 2nd to the 9th of February, take the high pressure away to the west. We have a trough of low pressure, you can see it here, across Scandinavia. Scandinavia could be there. We also have a ridge around Spain though, so we're trying to get some colder northwesterly winds going, but probably still bringing up southwesterly too. The temperature anomaly remains above average for week 2, around 1 to 2 degrees above normal. A mild week there. And it goes a little bit more unsettled, especially in the northern half of the country, with precipitation going slightly above average. And then weeks 3 and 4 look very different. We've got a blocking area of high pressure just making it out there around Greenland and Iceland. It extends back up to Greenland and also over to Iceland. You can envisage they would be there. And then low pressure through here and over the continent should be pulling the wind into a colder northeasterly again. The temperature anomaly is dropping, so we're actually going slightly below average there. Much of Europe also having a big cool down. Definitely turning significantly colder as February progresses, and of course as it's drier, as it's colder, it is also going drier as well. So a relatively dry 4 weeks to come actually. Just the temperature starts off mild and then becomes much colder. Right, so that's the JMA done. Let's see how the CFS is comparing. Again, meets a 500 millibar height anomalies breaking down into weekly periods. The first weekly period will take from the 26th of January to the 1st of February. So the next week we'll have low pressure way towards Greenland, Iceland, and a big ridge covering most parts of Europe. And that gets the wind into a southwesterly there. Week 2. So that could be mild and dry. Week 2 will be the 2nd to the 8th of February. Trough of low pressure in over Scandinavia, turning colder there again under that trough of low. For us, we're on the periphery. We're protected by this area of high pressure. So most of the cold probably just about passing away to our north and east there. Week 3 is going to be the 9th to the 15th of February. So high pressure pulls out into the Atlantic. Low pressure is across northeast Europe. That's going to try and get the wind into the north. But again, similar to the JMA, really. Good agreement between the two models. Have got this area of high pressure around Spain, but wants to keep the mild weather going. So it could be like a transitional week there from mild to perhaps something a bit colder. And then week 4 looks like it should be colder. This is the 16th, 22nd of February. High pressure then centres between Scotland and Iceland, and that should get the wind into a cold east or northeast. So the cold happens by a different route, really, compared to what the JMA is showing. The JMA is much more northerly, whereas this would actually be easterly. It's east-northeasterly from that area of high pressure. Either way, both JMA and CFS look to be turning things colder through the middle and second half of February here. Temperature anomalies for week 1, 26th of January, 1st of February, coming out substantially above average. Look how mild it's going to be across most parts of Eurasia and much of America. North America is included in that as well. So the Northern Hemisphere looking really, really warm in the week ahead. Warmer than average. It is February, so it's not going to be hot, but certainly above average anyway. Week 2 will be the 2nd to the 8th of February. Again, significantly above average. Much of America and Canada is including that. Most parts of Eurasia include too. Just turning a little bit colder in the far north of Scandinavia again. Week 3 is going to be the 9th to the 15th of February. Above average, but a little bit less so for week 3. Starting to turn colder into America. Far north of Europe beginning to go colder as well, potentially. And then week 4. So this is still above average with the temperature, even to week 4, 16th, 22nd. It is gradually coming down. Maybe anomaly to average isn't as big, but it's still slightly above average there. But notice again, much of northeast Europe turning much colder there. So I reckon that will go colder into the 3rd week of February then. And then finally, precipitation. So week 1, 26th January, 1st February is a western average week for northern and western areas, driving average to our south. Week 2 also looks a little bit unsettled. It's the 2nd to the 8th of February, average is slightly above for precipitation. Week 3 shows no particular signal. It's the 9th to the 15th of February. And then week 4 goes drier. Week 4 goes drier than average. Okay, so I think I've got pretty good agreement between the two models. It looks like the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty mild. So end of January, early February, mild, very mild conditions. It looks like they are both going for some sort of transition to colder weather from around the middle of February onwards. So turning colder into the second half of February with JMA Friday today, I think, is the storyline. How far we go with that, how cold it gets, that's all up for grabs. But the trends look to be there, but the middle, second half of February is likely to turn colder. Well, we shall see. Remember, any forecast beyond 5-7 days comes with big health warnings and large pinches of salt attached. Just a snapshot of what the model is showing, but could look completely different when we look at it again, or look at them again for JMA Friday next week. We're going to be back shortly with your 10 to 14 there. That will include all our regular features. Come back for that in a little while. For JMA Friday for this week, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.